You're live.
Do I need to do anything else? That's it. Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Now where I put the tool?
That part, right?
Oh, here it is.
All right. So we're here. If you see me looking here and then looking here, it's because we got two things going at the same time. So this is Antoine Beauty and everything. This is Pauline. And on her channel, I am Lock Vibe Studio. My name is Danny. So yeah. Hi guys. Thank you everybody for joining. So we'll see what's up. But we're just here to, chit chat and talk.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. So we're gonna go live just talking about answering questions from Q&As from doing a Q&A from videos you guys have questions you've asked in previous videos. So yes. Oh, before we start, I am retightening her locks with Loc Sanity tool.
Yes. Show my clients as well, my followers.
So I like this tool because it has a slim bottom part. One side is slim, the other side is a little thicker for thicker locks, and then you have the slim side for skinnier locks. It's dual. It has like this ridge in the middle to help for better grip, so you're not slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yep. There's the tool.
And so I like that tool because why? It is metal. I ain't got to worry about it breaking.
Yes.
It is metal. It's sturdy. It got the two different sides. Yeah, and it's just it locks like butter, like
butter. Yeah, it is dope, Samara. Yep. I actually just ordered it. So she's using my tool I just ordered. So I'm gonna be starting to use that on my client's hair.
So it's a good backup if you don't have your Sisterlock tool, misplace your Sisterlock tool. It's a good backup.
Yep.
I also like the let me show you guys the other tool. This is the
Yep, it's the new Locs.
This is the new Locs tool. It has the light is off, but it is showing you guys the different parting size that you can use: small, medium, large, small, medium, large. And so this tool, nice and smooth. This one is like a heavy duty plastic material. So it's really good. Really like it. Excellent for parting because of the sharpness.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
So I will say with these two, yes. So I will say with these two tools, because I see people saying they need to get one already online. It's saying on my live they need to get one. These are not for self-retightening. These are for people who are doing someone else's head. So like how she's using this in my head, it would be very, very difficult for me to use these two tools in my own head, right? Because of the way you have to hold it and things like that. So, yeah, so these are not necessarily for self-retightening, but if you're doing someone else's head or you're a loctician looking to do this, then on someone else's head.
Going away. How do I make sure it stays so I can read them? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to.
So yeah, if you go ahead and buy these because you do someone else's hair or you're a loctician, then these are great for you. But for self-retightening on yourself, these would be very difficult to use. So keep that in mind.
So someone asks, does your locks feel? Come on, comments. How do I make it stay? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Okay, it just comes on and.
Does your locks feel hard or do they move somewhat like loose hair, if that makes sense?
Mine is soft and it moves like loose hair.
Boom, boom, boom. Now mine is also soft, but for me to shake my head like that would take a lot of effort. So I'm gonna move it with my hand.
The reason why I like my hair short.
Can someone start Interlocks with hair that's 18 to 20 inches long? Of course. Yes. And you're going to pay out the wazoo for that. But yes, you can start with, I've seen people start with 3 inches of hair. So, yeah.
I lock up to, the minimum is 1 inch. I'll do 1 inch. minimum.
I got big hands and can't grip no 1 inch. So I don't do 1 inch. If you want 1 inch, I'll send you to Pauline. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, some people, like I said, she can do up to 1 inch. Some people do 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. But the longer, it's easy. I mean, it's easy when it's long. It's just that you would need to, you would just need to pay, of course, because the longer your hair is, the more expensive it is. So yeah, if you want to get it done with that length, by all means, go ahead and get it done. So,
well, you can see
what type of locks do you both have, i.e. Sisterlocks or Microlocks? We both have Sisterlocks.
However, to some people there might not be a difference.
True.
So you could see someone with locks like ours and still refer to it as Microlocks because it all depends on, what.
I mean, micro just means small locks, if you think about it, right? Which Sisterlocks are small locks. So
you can have someone who have locks like us and they'll be like, oh, it's Microlocks.
It's Microlocks. It's not Sisterlocks because they weren't done by someone who's a Sisterloctician.
Or maybe because they didn't do it with the grid or the lock count.
Correct. Yeah. So, do you clarify every time you wash?
Absolutely. I clarify.
Yes.
Then moisturize. But if your locks are new, you will only clarify and not moisturize.
Yes.
So my locks are more mature, so I clarify once, depending on how long I go without a shampoo. So if I'm going like 3 weeks, which is rare, by then my hair is like, woo, my scalp is like, woo. So I clarify twice and I go in with my moisturizing shampoo and go from there.
Yeah. But
if I'm washing every week, then I might skip the clarifying shampoo and just do my moisturizing shampoo. But if I'm washing on the second week, so I'm 2 weeks in, I will clarify, then moisturize, shampoo, and then go on with the rest of my routine.
Yes. I do the same thing. So with my hair, with getting clarifying shampoo, it's just easier to get all the gunk and stuff out of the hair. So I do that. Then I use my regular shampoo, which is a moisturizing shampoo. I condition my hair because my hair is locked. So after I clarify, shampoo regular, like I would a regular thing, I use conditioner in my hair. And then I rinse out everything, of course, and moisturize and oil my scalp like usual. So that's what I do with my hair. So
I was gonna say something about it, but I forgot.
That's all right. It's all good. Thank you guys for the questions. Keep them coming.
That's what we're here for, to answer your questions and help.
Yep. So, what else?
Oh, if you tend to get more buildup, as some people are more prone to buildup, like if you use a lot of products in your hair, I would encourage to shampoo your hair more often. But if you don't use a lot of products, you can stick with your regular shampooing routine. But even if you don't use a lot of product, like for me, I have overactive sebaceous glands. So that means my scalp gets oily. So I have oily skin and then my scalp get oily. And then you have your dead skin cells shedding, throughout your hair on a daily basis. So between the oils and the dead skin cells shedding on my locks or in my scalp, it starts creating that gunky look. So I shampoo. That's why I shampoo as often as I do.
When do you know? You're welcome. When do you know to start moisturizing your hair?
So
moisturizing, what do you mean moisturizing? Meaning as in putting a spray moisturizer in, or are you talking about the shampoo that we use? So I'm just trying to get some clarity on that. What kind of moisture are you talking about?
I got my son with me. Sleep over here.
Oh, the spray. She means the moisturizing spray.
So it depends what moisturizing spray you're using. If you are using Twa Beauty leave and conditioner, you can moisturize from day one. from day one of your install.
My clients know I use this in my hair all the time. And everything. I have fine hair, thick density, and 18 to 20 inches of hair. What's considered out of where did it go? No, I don't want to know. Okay, yeah. What's considered out of the wazoo and it relates to prices. Ooh, baby, it depends on where you're going.
So if you're starting with Sisterlocks,
yeah.
If you go to a trainee, you might be in the thousands. Mm-hmm. In the 1,000 range. If you're starting with a seasoned, expert, some folks, you might be in the 3,000 to
4,000 range. Yeah, we don't mind answering the questions on prices. We're very transparent.
So it really, everybody got their own scale.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the thing is, a lot of people start with a base price. Mm-hmm. So let's say, and I'm just going to give an average number to keep things simple. So let's say the base price is $1,000 for the first 4 inches. And some people charge anywhere from $50, maybe $25, depending on their level, their expertise, or whatever. So let's say their price per inch after the first 4 inches is anywhere from $25 to $100.
Yes.
So we're going to do 100 just to keep the numbers simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you got 18 inches, 18 minus 4 is 14 inches. So 14 times 100 is 1,400 plus the base price of the 1,000. Now you're at $2,400.
And that's not counting if you have high density. Usually that's more money. If it's high density, meaning really, really thick hair. Other things can add to the price of that. So
I do want to say, if you are getting Sisterlocks, because it is a brand, that brand comes in a package deal: your consultation, your installation, and your follow-up first retightening. So don't let somebody, if you go for Sisterlocks and you pay this amount and then your first retightening, they talking about this is your fee. Right. You shouldn't be paying anything extra.
Included in the price.
All of that come as a package deal. So if you're paying $2,400 for your service, that includes your consultation, your install, and your follow-up retightening.
Right. Yeah. But that's for Sisterlocks. So if you're
doing micro locks,
people can come up with whatever price system they want to follow. So yeah. Someone else said, how do you tame the frizzies on the loose ends, and how do you get it to lock faster?
Where that person at? Is it on my YouTube?
It's on yours, yeah.
Okay, so you didn't watch my video. I have a video on how to help your hair to lock faster. So some people, will be like, really? Shampooing your hair will help your hair to lock quicker. Because when you shampoo your hair, it goes through that shrink, that draw up motion, straight shrink from the water manipulating the hair.
Right.
And that movement creates matting, and that matting creates lock hair. So shampooing your hair often with a clarifying shampoo helps. Using sea salt spray, I do sell that as well. It's on my website. Using a sea salt spray. Sea salt. So when you go to the beach and you dip your hair in water, you're like, oh my God. And then you notice a couple of days later, my hair feels a bit more stiff. It's locking. So sea salt does help the hair to lock quicker. Yep. So that's why you have these sprays out there in the market for you to purchase. Sea salt sprays help the hair to, it kind of make it rough, giving it that stiff motion, or making it stiff, causing it to lock quicker. That helps. It's not going to lock it like the next day, right? But it definitely helps the hair to lock. So think about the Caucasian people. They use a lot of sea salt spray in their hair when they want that stiff, if they're trying to spike it, or they want to kind of stick together and stay in the style that they have. That sea salt spray is what's holding it together. So when we apply it to locks, it is what's holding the hair together, roughing it up, causing it to lock quicker.
Yep. So someone said that they went to a consultation, I'm assuming the Sisterlock consultation, and they told them that the consult and the first retightening was not included. And then someone also wants us to go over the pricing again.
So it should be included. They're not following the Sisterlock guideline, because you guys can go on the Sisterlock website
and it'll tell you what's included.
It tells you everything that's included. So don't let people bamboozle you.
Yeah.
You know, unless they're not providing Sisterlocks, that's a different story. But if they're providing Sisterlocks, they have to and need to offer it in that package deal.
Yes.
And they might, and it might look different. So when you go on my website, you see a consultation is $50, right? So when you have that consultation, whatever price I quote you on at the consultation, that $50 is deducted. That you've already paid is deducted from your total price. So I might tell you, okay, well, after I do the hair analysis, measure your hair, I'm like, okay, your price is $2,400. I am deducting $50 from that $2,400, and I'll tell you, well, if you book, your balance is $2,350.
Yes.
You know, and so when I do the install, you pay that balance after your install, and then when you come back for your follow-up retightening, which should happen 3 to 4 weeks after your retightening, after the install, then you come back for that follow-up. I take care of your hair, retighten it, go on your merry way. You should not be paying anything unless you want a tip. Tip, this should be the only thing you will pay if that's what you want to do.
If you're tipping or if you're buying products or
but
whatever.
You should not be paying for the retightening because it was included in that $2,400.
Correct.
And then your next retightening, then you can start paying.
Yes. So the price breakdown that she was talking about was the structure of getting locks, because some people, if it's not Sisterlocks, then, people kind of come up with whatever structure they want. But for Sisterlocks, the structure could be, so you have a base price, which is what most people do. They have a base price for, let's say $1,000. And then they charge anywhere from $25 to $100 per inch after that. Like, so your base price is $1,000 for first 4 inches. And then after that, they're saying, hey, after that, it's $100 per inch, additional inch. So if you end up having, what we say, how many inches?
We're talking about 18 inches.
18 inches of hair. And so then you have $1,400 that you just added on, and the base price of $1,000. So now you're at $2,400 for that install. High density, things like that add to the price as well. So all of that combined, and then say at the end of the day, you end up at, $3,000 for an install.
So
the price can add up quickly.
And some people charge for the circumference of your head.
Yep.
So if you have a big head, just automatically know you're gonna pay more. That's more area to cover.
Yeah.
It sounds a little rough, but if you got a big head, plan for more, because that's more lots we gotta put in your head. Someone with a small, tiny head might end up with 395 locks, and then here you come with a larger circumference,
right,
or a larger scalp area,
right.
Then they're putting twice as many locks as they did on the one person with the small head. So do expect to pay more.
Right, you're gonna pay more if you have a larger head. You have thicker hair, you're gonna pay more. Longer hair, you're gonna pay more. So, all those things affect the price. So, but I will say, get some opinions. Don't just go to the first person you go to a consultation with.
Shop around
and be like, okay, I'll take it, because baby, 2 houses down, 2 shops down might be like, oh no, I got you for $1,700. You never know. So I would say shop around.
Don't knock out trainees.
Look, trainees are trying to get certified. Well, if it's Sisterlocks, they're trying to get certified, so they're going to do their best work.
Yeah, and if you have a trainee that's being supervised by someone that you enjoy their work, go with that, because baby, you will say, when I got my Sisterlock install, I paid $400.
That was how many years ago, though?
That was 8 years ago. No, that was 11 years ago. However, it was a trainee. I was the first person they locked. So when you go to someone who's training, they're not going to charge you as much as someone who's an expert and got a boatload of clientele. The person who got a boatload of clientele don't need the extra client. So they're going to charge you whatever they feel like their worth, and won't even budge if you're like, right. About to pay $3,000. Whereas a trainee, they're trying to build their clientele. They're trying to,
get their name
get that
out
practice
there.
in.
Yep.
Yes, they'll be practicing in your head, but they're not going to screw you up because they want to do good work, because they want to post something on social media. So that's going to be like, look at my work.
And come book with me.
Look what I did. They're not going to put crap out there. So,
right. For sure.
So with that said, I do have trainees who are trying to build their clientele, and I do supervise the work. As a matter of fact, I do the parting, the grid, and everything. So if you want to lock your hair, you want to save some money,
go to a trainee,
contact me, DM me, or whatever. Don't do it here, because I think once this video goes away, I won't be able to see the comments unless you're commenting after. But go on my Instagram, DM me, or go on my website, schedule a consultation, and you can put on there, want to book with a trainee, and I will get you in. But I do have trainees who I personally mentor and help out and get your foundation going. I do that part, and all they could go in and do is lock.
It's the actual locking, which is what I feel like sometimes most people have the hardest part doing is parting the hair.
The parting the hair is the hardest. It takes like anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours for a seasoned person to part. A new person, they're going to take about 4 hours to part your hair if they're doing the whole thing, because it's time consuming, because that's the foundation of your locks.
Right. And some people don't start off that way. So if your person doesn't start off that way, it's okay. It's how we start off our clients. We part the whole head, because we like things that match up, line up, and do all the things. So if your loctician did not start your hair that way, doesn't mean it was wrong. It's just, that's just our preference. So,
because you could take I've taken the Sisterlocks class, but I've evolved and created a system for myself that works.
Right.
Where I have consistency no matter whose head I do. So that's why some of my clients can walk around and be like, Pauline did that head. How you know? It's something about what I do, because
it's consistent.
That consistency is important. So
yeah.
Good questions, guys.
Someone said, why does it look like the hair is thin when you first get Sisterlocks?
Oh, okay. So the hair has not swelled yet.
Yeah.
So just think about when you wash your hair, right? And you blow it out so it stretches. And then you go in and do some braids, right? Those braids is skinty, okay? Skinny.
Yeah.
But if it hits some water or whatever, and over time it swells. So the hair does swell over time. So when someone put in interlocks or braids, it is skinny because it's being stretched and manipulated in the initial process.
Yeah.
And then over time, the more you shampoo it, it starts to swell. It starts to take form. And keep in mind, your hair sheds every single day.
Yep.
So when your hair is shedding inside of the lock, it's also causing it, making room for new locks. So it's also causing it to swell and to increase in size.
Yep. Yeah, so it's okay. Everybody looks like a little bald head scallywag, a little plucked chicken when they first get that. Remember that song, bald head scallywag? Yeah. Right. So everybody looks like that when they first get locks, whether it be Sisterlocks or regular whatever locks. They all look like a little plucked chicken, but eventually they swell to their, what their size is going to be. So, yeah, I hope that answers the question. All right, let me lean forward really quick because there were some questions here. All right. Okay. What is your advice for dry scalp? I've had my Sisterlocks since July and no spray seems to help my scalp.
Is it dry or do you have a scalp condition?
That's what, because I'm like, well,
I'll let her talk about it because
I got all the things. So for the spray, for me, so I have a scalp condition. So psoriasis and seborrheic dermatitis, those are two very common scalp conditions that people see with locks and things like that, just even outside of that, but I feel like you really notice it with locks because you got all your parts and things like that. So I have a scalp condition and I have so seborrheic dermatitis is pretty much adult cradle cap. So, when the babies have that little hard crustiness on their scalp and you got to like flick it off and like comb it off and put that little oil thing on it and scrape it and all that stuff to wash the scalp. That's pretty much what psoriatic dermatitis is. It's adult cradle cap. So you have that all over your scalp, and things like that. So if it is a scalp condition, there's no oil or anything that you can buy per se that's going to take that away. But you do need to go to a dermatologist and get the medication that you need, which is an oil, to put on your scalp to help, you be able to get the crust off of your scalp safely and still keep your hair follicles intact. Because if you don't get it taken care of, the crust is going to, so this is your scalp, the crust is going to be laying over your scalp like a little hard plate. And when you do that, it suffocates the hair follicles, and then all of a sudden your locks start to thin, and then all of a sudden you go from this nice healthy lock to this thinning lock, and then sometimes if it's suffocated enough, it breaks the hair follicles off and they break. So and so then all of a sudden he's like, I lost the lock, or I lost the lock here, when you see it in those troubles.
The locks broke my hair.
Right, and then people start thinking, people start thinking locks thin their hair when it's really you have a scalp condition that you need to take care of. So I would say go to a dermatologist to make sure you don't have any of those scalp conditions. And if it's just dry scalp, hold on, my girl over here, Pauline has all these little oils and things like that she sells, right? Right. So I use this in all my clients' hair. I use it in my own hair. So I don't sell any products I don't use for myself. So so this oil that Pauline made is very, very good. So she has different kinds: tea tree, peppermint, lavender peppermint, rosemary peppermint, and so they kind of all work for different things. But I would say for dry scalp, these things are super easy. It's really nice because these oils don't sit on the scalp. You know how you put some oils in your hair and they kind of just sit in the hair, and your hair is greasy, it's dripping down your face, things like that. With these oils, it's formulated just for locks. And so with these oils, they absorb into the scalp. So when you're putting it on your scalp, you spray it on your scalp and give yourself a little more, a little massage and things like that. And if you just put it on your hand and just rub it in, it definitely just absorbs into the skin. So it absorbs in the scalp, doesn't keep your hair greasy or anything like that. So it's great for locks because it's not going to weigh your locks down and give you product buildup. So I would say head over to her website, go ahead and get these products. Also, my clients, I sell her stuff in shop, so you can buy them from me as well. Okay, so someone says, how long have y'all been growing your locks? We've both been growing our locks for 11 years. So Pauline is addicted to cutting. It's almost like tattoos. Like once you get a tattoo, you just got to keep getting tattoos. She's been cutting her hair forever. The moment she did that first one, she ain't gone back, okay? So she just...
I love short hair. So I don't keep my locks long, but...
Yeah,
go ahead and stand up and show the thing, because this is 11 years of growth.
I don't know if y'all can see.
Y'all can't see, but it's touching her butt.
Yeah, it's down there. So 11 years, I've only trimmed it a couple times, the ends and stuff like that, to just keep my hair healthy on the ends. So, but 11 years, we've both been 11 years locked. So been growing our hair, and we both started off pretty short. Our hair wasn't very long when we started. So yeah, it's been a good 11 years, I should say. So no regrets. I'm gonna look at your
you should tell them your shampooing process, how you pre-poo, and then how you deal with the dryness and the flakes and
okay. So again, I have a scalp condition, so I have to do extra things for my hair. So for me, I have to and I think this is a good thing to do if you just have dry scalp, period. Is to do a pre-poo. And with the pre-poo, I use Pauline's pre-poo, what is it? Argan
and
tea tree oil. And I know you're like, wait, you pre-poo by putting oil in your hair? That don't even make no sense. But friend, let me tell you, baby. So that pre-poo, I put it all over my scalp. I give it a good massage. I let it sit for a little while. Sometimes I feel like it's best if it's overnight because that, and then when I say it just lifts all the dry scalp off, easily. And then I go in and I wash with a clarifying to get all that oil and stuff out that I just put in my hair. And then I use my moisturizer, shampoo, conditioner, rinse everything. And then I use my Antoine Beauty leave-in spray. And then I go in and oil afterwards. So that's my hair care routine that I do. But pre-pooing your hair works wonders for dry scalp. So if you guys give it a try, let me know what y'all think, because pre-poo is the best thing for dry scalp, and it gets all that stuff off your scalp without having to be so harsh, because you shouldn't be washing your hair, your scalp with fingernails. You shouldn't be doing this with your fingernails. It should just be your fingertips, easily be able to get all that stuff off your scalp, right? So especially if you have a scalp condition, no fingernails, because that stuff will just open up the scalp. Sometimes you can bleed and things like that if it's too dry, if you're having a flare up. So fingertips only, but that pre-poo will definitely help with lifting the dry scalp, loosening it up so that it comes off the scalp and out of the hair.
And one of the benefits, whether you have dry scalp or not, when it comes to pre-pooing, the benefit and the purpose of pre-pooing is to literally protect the hair, the strands of the hair during the shampooing process. Mm-hmm. So if you are a person who clarifies, right? Well, first of all, if you have dry scalp, the strands that's growing out of the scalp is also dry. Right. So when you have curly hair and dry, it breaks easily. Mm-hmm. So when you pre-poo, that oil is like an extra added layer to the hair. So when you go into clarify, because clarifying is just stripping all the oils out of your hair. And there are different degrees of clarifying shampoo. You have some that's like clarify, like the swabs, and then you have some that clarifies, but on a gentle side. Gentle clarifying shampoo. Right. And then you got some that are aggressive clarifying shampoo. So it removes the oils and removes the buildup and all that stuff. So while your hair and scalp is getting all that clarifying action going on, that oil helps protect the strands of your hair, preventing it from getting extra dry, because then if it's too dry, you can come into cause breakage. Mm-hmm. So that pre-poo allows it to protect your cuticles, to fill it in, because especially if you have raised cuticles, that means you have high porosity. Mm-hmm. And that oil goes in and fill in those open spaces to protect that cuticle layer from all that aggressive action that you're about to do. Mm-hmm. And keeping it, and you're probably like, why you oil before shampoo and then oil after? When you oil after you shampoo your hair, that oil, especially if you have dry scalp, is giving that hair that extra protection, keeping it soft and keeping it moisturized. And when your hair is soft and moisturized, it's less likely to break.
Yep. Let me get this question really quick. All right. Okay, that's dry scalp. Okay. Oh, okay. She is listed on the Sisterlocks website, and she told me no. That tells me where not to go again. How long does your retightening take? My retightening with wash and everything takes 4 hours, because she just fast. I mean, it's
not even in the front.
Can you guys guess how many inches of hair I have? If you guys can guess, I'll tell you. But yeah, it takes her 4 hours.
Someone has a question there too.
To do my hair. You had a couple before she put those in there. So it takes her 4 hours, and that's including wash, and everything like that. Let's see. Do y'all ever get frustrated in the beginning when your hair wasn't growing as fast? So
what's up with y'all with this fast hair growing thing?
It's not about growing fast. It's the elasticity of your hair.
It's a lifestyle.
You know what I mean? And so, like Pauline was saying, the whole drawing up and letting go. When you put water in it, it stretches. What dries back up, it draws back up. I was just telling her, my daughter has locks, and she tells me all the time. She's like, I feel like every time after you retighten my hair, I feel like my hair is shorter. And I'm like, no, fam. Like, it's just the drawing up. And
if you have a lot of shrinkage, you're not going to see growth as much. It is growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because you have a lot of shrinkage. It's not growing you don't see the growth. But I tell y'all, year 3, okay? Year 3 is the magic number for your locks, okay? Because it's growing all this time, but you're not seeing the length retention. It is retaining the length. It's just growing and shrinking. Growing and shrinking because it's locking.
Right. But once it's locked,
it just drops. It drops.
It just drops. So
it drops, and baby,
all you get is length after that point.
You blink and you're like, oh, it's on my back. Right. You know, so
yeah, for
be
sure.
Patient, okay?
Be patient with yourself.
But in the meantime, I do have a hair growth oil that you can use
on her website.
On my website.
Go get it.
To help encourage and stimulate the hair follicles for it to grow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but if your follicles are dead, please stop wasting your money on hair growth oils. If you have no follicles, it's dead, and your dermatologist told you it's gone,
it ain't coming back.
Do not. I sell hair growth oil. Okay. But I will never encourage someone to buy hair growth oil if your follicles are dead, because it's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to bring it back. Yes. Because hair growth oils, because it's a topical application, all it's going to do is encourage, stimulate that blood flow, help it, encourage it to grow faster. But if the follicles are dead and all this other stuff, there's nothing to encourage. Right. So think about hair growth oil like that. Yeah. Unless you get some injections where they literally
inject a shot in your scalp.
Unless you get injections and stuff like that,
it ain't coming.
Nothing
is
going to come back. Okay. Right. So I want y'all to not waste your money on hair growth oil. Like I said, I sell hair growth oil, but at the same time, I'm very transparent with people. Like, don't waste your money if your dermatologist already said it ain't gonna grow.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's not going to grow. No hair growth oil is
going to make it come back.
All it's going to do is encourage, but it needs something there already to encourage, okay? Love y'all.
Yep. Someone said, how do you know if your follicles are dead?
Dermatologist.
Go to the dermatologist.
Because we can't tell you.
Right. No.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I can't tell you. I mean, I would know. Now, if it feels baby smooth.
Yeah, booty smooth.
I mean, it might not. I'll be like, girl, I don't know, but still go see a dermatologist.
Right.
They're the only ones that can really tell you.
Right. But usually, a good indicator would be a baby booty smooth area in your head. So, but yeah, always go to the professional.
But I got a patch one time from, before I locked. You talking
about when I did that frog jump over you and I ripped up your thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot about that when you ripped out my braid. But before I was locked, this was in high school. I went to prom, and you know how you glue all that stuff. Back then they put all the black gel on your hair, and then glue all that stuff on your head. So in the process of taking it out, I created a bald spot. I was trying to take it out, and it ripped and created a bald spot. It was baby smooth, but it grew back because the follicles weren't dead. So please check with a dermatologist to check. If you have any concern about your hair, go ahead and check with a dermatologist to see what's going on, because you could have inflamed scalp. It could be a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Okay. So, my hair, I have 30 inches. The longest part of my hair is 30 inches. So if you guess 30 inches, that's how long my hair is. Okay.
Before I cut my hair the second time around, I was at probably 25 inches.
Yeah, her hair was long, and her hair grew faster than mine, so for sure. Forgive me, where are you located? So I'm in Grayson, Georgia, Snellville area.
I'm in Snellville,
and she's in Snellville, Georgia. Yeah, we say Georgia.
I could have been traveling to come to your head. They don't know that.
That's true. Tuning in. I love your work, and I am so thankful for your advice.
You're welcome. I'm here for you guys.
Yes. Hello from California.
Hey, Cali.
Hey, I'm from California. California. California knows how to party.
Oh, that's what it says
in the city.
Is there a no doubt about it?
I don't know about no doubt about it.
See, I always said, no doubt about it.
I don't know.
But it's probably saying, yeah, I'm
She's
a lyric person.
Yeah, I'm a big Tupac fan, so yeah. But yes, hello from Cali. And I'm getting the process of getting my my retie done. Okay. How can we order? Go to AntoineBeauty.com.
Everything is in the description, not currently, but
it will be.
But if you go out of when you leave the live, when we're done with the live, you can click on any video. My website is listed on every description, but it's just AntoineBeauty.com.
And if you go to Instagram, AntoineBeauty, the link is in her bio, so you can get products from there. Okay. Hey, ladies, beautiful locks. Thank you. Yes, they live. Yes. Greetings from the Netherlands. Come on, Netherlands. We international up in peace.
Y'all don't mind me. I get it.
Like the video, they are giving us good info. Yes, like the videos. Yes. 25 inches, 30 inches. Awesome information. Yeah, 30 inches. Okay, come, California. Hello from Tampa. That's where my people reside. So, you know what I'm saying? Right, Netherlands, right? Come on now. Yeah.
Y'all shout out where y'all from. Let us know.
Yeah,
where y'all tuning in from.
Yes, where you tuning in from? So we can see where we reaching out here in this piece, okay?
And if y'all like our energy, let us know. Yeah. We could go live every time she has a scheduled retightening.
Sure can, y'all. Sure can. So, yeah. We can totally do that. If y'all got any more questions. Oh, South Africa. Come on, South Africa. Houston, Michigan, Augusta. Come on.
Oh, you down the street.
That's what I'm talking about. South Carolina. South Carolina, wanna raise up, finish it up, like a helicopter. I think it's North Carolina. That's what it's saying in the song.
You probably right. They probably just say North Carolina. I think it is North Carolina.
I think it is North Carolina.
Sorry, South Carolina.
Child.
We got so excited.
We did. Okay. Hi from Jamaica. Please more often. Someone said, please do it more often.
I try to
love
go
y'all.
live more often.
Fort Lauderdale. Hi from Ohio.
Hey.
They're installing their microlocks right now after watching your video.
Tell your loctician I said, hey.
Oh, yeah, someone said it is North Carolina. We loud and wrong. Oh, loud and wrong. Oh, from Germany. Hello, Germany. Prepping for installation in December. Come on.
Okay. Go watch all my videos so you know what to expect.
Definitely. Let's see. Someone else had a question.
Oh, if you find that question.
Okay.
Someone did ask a question from a previous video we went
live on
that I posted.
Awesome info. Definitely. Please more often. I'm just 1 month locked. Okay.
You will love my YouTube channel.
Yes, subscribe. I got one too. I just started, so go ahead and go over to Live Vibe Studio. She can link it in the bottom afterwards. Okay. I think I can't find it.
Okay, so the last time we did a video together, it was about how to pick out your consult.
A loctician. Yes.
So one of the questions was, can you talk about the process? And I think we did. How we talk about. It's a package deal for Sisterlocks.
Yes.
Now, for microlocks, there might be a different process depending on who's depending on the individual. Some people are microlock trained.
Right.
Some people just look on social media. Oh, that's what they do. I'm going to start me a lock business. Come on, let me lock your hair. So they might not necessarily have a process.
Right.
But then you have other people who take other microlocking classes and have a process in place. So, and then someone asks, how to not get scammed. Can we talk about how to not get scammed?
Yeah, we can do that. So
before she gets started, if you are a loctician out there, okay, you do locks. Please, even if you need that cash desperately, have integrity.
Yes.
God will reward you, okay, and will take care of you, okay?
Yes.
If you start off with integrity.
Yep.
Listen, our hair, if y'all just look at the history and understand the things we go through with our hair to just look good, to feel good, to feel like we contributing something to society, to feel like we're a part of this blood, think about that. getting locks is an emotional journey.
Mm-hmm.
So think about yourself when you're doing someone's hair. How are you helping someone along this journey? How am I helping this person to be confident, to be proud of what God has created? Because so many people, y'all know, we're not naturally confident about our hair. How do you know? We put weave over it, we covered up with wigs, we're constantly pressing it to look like other folks. I mean, we're doing all types of hair things to our hair to gain that confidence, to feel pretty, you know. I'm sorry.
That's good. That's good. I know,
you know, that passion, you know, that passion over there. But anyway, we do all of that to feel good about ourselves, to feel pretty. And so we have the workplace we have to consider. We have so much that we have to consider when it comes to our hair. So because people are making the decision, which is a hard decision, it's not an easy decision.
Right.
But because people are making the decision to lock their hair, to be true to themselves. Please treat them right. Please treat them right.
Please give everybody
help them, you know, along the journey, because it's not an easy journey. People are serious about their locks. So please have integrity. If they are getting on your nerves, I understand. Some people will get on your nerves and will
but you ain't got to keep them.
You know, it'll ask you 50 million questions. If you feel like, your little energy is too much for me, send them somewhere else, because someone else will be able to handle that energy. So that's all I want to say. If you are a loctician, just
be a woman or man of integrity and transparency.
I mean, just take care, people, because this is not a journey. You just be like, well, let me slap some locks on your head. I know you said you want Sisterlocks, and I'm gonna give you some locks, but they ain't really Sisterlocks. I know you said you want micro locks, but I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I know you said don't combine your locks, but I'm gonna combine it anyway. I know you said
so many things, man.
And if you don't know, get extra training. I will be coming out with a training course, multiple layers of it, to help you with that process, because you know, a lot of times we take a course and still be clueless. But my job is, like, I just want to help you provide the best for everyone out there, because listen, I celebrate when people are saying, okay, Pauline, I'm done with the wigs. I'm done with, you know, braids that's causing my hairline to start at my crown. I'm done with that. I'm ready to start this journey. I celebrate, because it's not a small feat. You know what I'm saying? So just take care of your clients. That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
So you said you're gonna talk about scamming.
Yes, we're gonna talk about scamming, but let me just make sure. Okay, so we got a Pennsylvania in the house. Hey, PA. Because of you, I'm getting my Sisterlocks in November, and we'll be taking the class in London. Integrity, amen. Hello from Rwanda. Hello. And real talk, well said, true said, well said, beautiful said, wise advice. Hi, good evening. Oh, good evening. Where you at? It's not evening over here. So yeah, people wanted to know how not to get scammed. So, first off, again, like she said, for two locticians, have integrity. I think one way is if the person, look for someone, how about saying how not to get scammed? Look for someone who is transparent with their process, with their pricing, with their, I don't know, all the things, right? Just someone who's transparent. If you ask a question, you get it. You know, I think one of the things that has shied me away from going to different people for different things, now not for locks because I've already been locked, but just I don't know if I want to buy something sometimes and people are like, hey, like me, I sell bags and shirts and earrings and things like that, right? So my prices are out there, you know, because when people say DM me, not everybody has a website. I'm not knocking you if you don't have a website, because sometimes it is.
But get one.
But at the same time, they free. So it's like, do
not all of them, but some of them.
For I feel like for what most people would need, I feel like get yourself a website because it's very simple to do. But if people are like DM me, and I'm just like, but I just ask what's the price, And you can't just say what the price is.
Now, when it comes to locks, you won't be able to give a price up front until you go to a consultation.
Correct.
But everyone has a base.
Everybody got a base. So, but even asking that, I can say, hey, my base is $1,000 and $100 every inch after that. That's something that I can give you because one, that will not change. It will not change no matter if your locks are 5 inches or 18 inches. Those two things don't change. My base price and how much my inch price is after that. So of course, at least you know what the starting point is at that point. But if everything isn't up front, then I would say, ask more questions, or you might need to be a little wary if they're not being upfront with their information.
And I know consultations can add up, but try not to have just one consultation unless you're sure.
Right.
Unless you're sure about the individual, try not to have just one consultation.
Yeah.
It may add up, but it will still be cheaper for you in the long run.
Right.
Because I've had people come to me talking about I'm on my second set of locks, I'm on my third set of locks.
Yep.
That's a lot of money that person done ditch out. So try to have multiple.
Spend your little $30, $40 3 or 4 times to find the right person than to have to end up starting your lock set over or having to pay a couple $100 in repairs because someone messed up your locks.
And try to find a live referral.
Right.
Like when you see somebody locks, you like, oh, who did your locks? Now sometimes the person they go to might not have started their locks.
Right.
So just try to find somebody, that can give you a referral versus just looking on social media.
Right.
Because people do take other people's pictures
and post it on their page.
And claim it as theirs.
Yep.
People take other people's videos, post it, because nowadays you got apps to remove watermarks, you have apps to remove backgrounds. So y'all might recognize me with Pauline has that blue teal background in all her pictures. Somebody might remove that background and all you got is the person's head.
That's it.
And for me, I don't show my clients' faces all the time on social media because not everybody want their faces on social media like that. So I respect their privacy and just show their head. So my pictures are easily duplicated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say find a live referral versus just going strictly off of the social media. And if you're going strictly off of social media, look for consistency throughout their page. If the background is constantly different, like on my social media, you will see I have 3 backgrounds from when I worked from my home, but then that was like years ago, like 5 years ago. From when I worked at a salon with a team, that was also 5 years ago, to where I am in my space now, which is you'll see that consistent blue background. So look for little details. What's in the background? Do they constantly have the same stuff in the background of their pictures? Because if their pictures consistently look different as far as the background, then you're like,
it's a copy and paste picture like on the background, but it's just the head of a picture, that type of thing. Then it might not be their work.
So look for stuff like that because that will give you a giveaway. Like, why is the background consistently different? That might not be their work because they've taken stuff from other people, and then even if they swap in the background, and they constantly just, like she said, you see the person's head, but is put on something else. So look for that. So that will help.
I think also the best way to not get scammed is just to go to the consultations. If they offer you a consultation or if they offer consultations, take them. That's the best way because then you can see their space. You get their vibe. You get to have a face-to-face. Ask all your questions and things like that.
We got what's that word? Insight, not insight.
Intuition.
We got some good intuition. Now if you go somewhere, you're like, this don't feel fun. Trust your intuition. Some of y'all will not trust your intuition and then feel like,
I gotta stay.
And then you end up staying, and then my battery's at 50%.
Yeah. So or you end up going to people that are really big on social media, as far as followers and things like that. But then you feel like when you get there, their vibe ain't right. But you be like, but they got this many followers, so they must be right. Nah, if it ain't working for you, peace out, man. It's a vibe. And you want that good energy put in your hair, okay? When people do it. No. Ain't this a song? It's a vibe.
I thought so.
I don't know, vibe. And that's a vibe, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a song.
Yeah. So yeah, you just want to be able to vibe with people, you know. So because it's the energy, people throwing that sage around their house, sage and everywhere, and all the things. It's a vibe, and you want that good energy in your hair. You want that good energy in your vibe and your heart and everything. Like she said, it's a journey. So yeah, let me go ahead and look because your phone about to cut off. Let me look. On coin, I'm tempted to start my locks over because of my grid. Should I? I'm so caught up in the grid. I have micro locks. Don't you do it?
What do you like your locks? Do you like every strand of your locks? Like strand good? Because if that's the case, don't worry about no grid.
Baby, let me tell you, everybody be so caught up over the grid. But what you see in my head right now? You see Main Street was what my husband calls it. Main Street right here. You may see a little couple of locks if I go like this, right? But you ain't seeing no grid up in the back of your head. You're not seeing none of that stuff. That does not take away the beauty of your locks. What if my junk was jacked up back here? Y'all still won't be looking at my locks and be like, but her rolls ain't straight. You'll be like, man, hair crush. How can I get like you? When you see Pauline's hair, you're not looking at no grid.
You can't
even see no grid. Don't get caught up in the grid too much to where you know y'all start cutting off locks and stuff. If you love your hair and the way it look, man, keep that.
That's all that matters. Yeah. Because when I started, I had a bomb grid, but I've switched consultants a couple of times, and my grid is iffy. It's somewhat there, but there are some things where I'm like, they done combined this lock, they done did this, because I've had some locks combined, not by choice, but found out afterwards that they were combined. But y'all think I'm about to start my locks over for some grid?
Nah, baby, I ain't go. And you like your hair? You couldn't pay me, I don't know, enough money to go back through that plucked chicken, bald head, scallywag phase. I don't know, baby.
I'm sorry. I do like that new stage. I love it.
I love the curly ends of the new stage, but nah.
I love the new stage.
I don't want to go back to washing and banding. It took me 3 years to not have to wash and band. I ain't got time for that.
Who don't want to visit that?
Nope.
I would not start my locks over if I don't have a grid.
Yes, not scallywag. Okay. Do you accept traveling? Oh, greetings from Louisiana. Hey, Louisiana. Do you accept traveling clients for shampoo and style? I'll be in your area for work.
Oh, okay. For shampoo and style, yes. If you can find a spot, yes.
If you can get on the calendar, go ahead. Hello. Thanks for telling us the truth, baby. I've had 3 consultations. Discuss pricings for retightnings. And then she said, okay, she'll talk herself out of it for the starting her locks over.
Yeah, baby. You
okay. Don't need it. Yeah, you don't need that. Okay, so
as long if you don't love the locks,
right?
That's something different. You want to love the hair you're in,
right?
But if you don't love the locks, and then you got a bad grid on top of it, and you want to start over, I can understand that. Because I had a client who had a nice grid, a transfer client who had a nice grid, but she didn't like the thickness of her locks. She was like, Pauline, I see all the locks you've installed, they look so great, da 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 da. So she started over, and I said, girl, your locks are beautiful, because they were, although they were thicker, they're still beautiful. But she was like, but I'm not happy. I said, well, say less, because if you're not happy, you're not gonna like your hair. So let's start. You can start over. So my sister and I tag team started her over, baby. You can't tell her nothing every day, because I don't maintain her hair anymore. Because I don't have room to maintain. So my sister does, and she's like, every few, I guess, couple of months, she'll text me, I love my hair. Thank you so much. I'm like, hey, that's what I'm here for.
So she said she's not coming here for work until next March. But let me tell you, that don't mean nothing, because I've already booked out all my appointments for the next 2 years. So Pauline's calendar is open, and it's been open. So good luck trying to find some spaces. But for a wash and style, you may have some luck. So go ahead and book now, because if you wait till next year, it might not be nothing available.
Where's your charger? Is this something I can plug in?
Yeah. Well, so from that long ago? That let me see. I'll be right back.
So it don't die on y'all, because we vibing. So let's see. But let me answer some questions while she's gone.
She said talk about the price of retightenings.
Okay, so retightenings. Okay, I keep talking about them. Yeah. Sorry, that's me reading. Okay. All right. So price of retightenings. So it all depends. Retightenings can be some people charge by the weeks, and some people charge hourly. Some people have a base rate and then go from there. So retightenings have been anything from, I've heard, depending on the city and state, depending on the popularity, over there and the demand for the locks. I've heard someone was charging like less than $100 for a retie. You're not gonna find that in Atlanta, Georgia.
No, you ain't.
Or in the perimeter of Georgia, you're not gonna find less than $100 for a retie. You okay?
You all right? Was that a good nap?
Was that a good nap? Okay, so it varies. So I charge hourly because I used to charge one set price for every 6 weeks, right? So if you have Sisterlocks, every 4 to 6 weeks is going to be a certain price, anywhere from $50 to $200. Who knows? Depending on where you are. So after 6 weeks, there's a weekly. Each week that you go over, there's a fee for each week over because it's more new growth and so forth. Mm-hmm. I switched to hourly, and some people do hourly now because when it was just Sisterlocks, I had an idea of how long it was going to take me because you have clients that have hair anywhere from the locks from anywhere from 400 to 600 something locks for Sisterlocks, right? But then you started having micro locks came into play, right? So when micro locks came into play, you had folks who's like, yeah, I have micro locks and they got 200 locks. Yeah, I got micro locks and they got 300 locks. And of course, the lower amount of locks you have, the more is going to, the less retightening time. So I was getting some folks in and out in no time. So why am I going to charge you a price for someone who is at 600 locks and you just coming to me with 200 locks? Yeah. So I decided to go by the hour to consider the amount of time that it will take me. So my hourly fee is anywhere from, for other people, some people charge $20 an hour, some people charge $90 an hour. I'm at $80. But my speed is so stinking fast that some of my clients, they're literally stealing my time.
Right, literally.
Because I'm fast. I can do a 600 lock retightening in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So them paying for that. And then not everyone's hair grow at the same rate. So if you're 12 weeks out, if you're going out, if you're going my old format of charging, which is what some people charge. She's taking out off the thing so she can plug me in. Old format. So let's just say I'm at 140, right?
I have to turn you. Rotate the device, yes, and put you down like this because there's no part for the charger. Oh.
It's too short.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. We trying to make sure my phone don't die.
Yes. So sorry, y'all. Hi. All right. So let me see if I can get it somehow in here. Maybe sideways or something. We sideways, but we got it.
So give me information. So let's say you go to someone who charges week, have a base rate and then go up every week. So you're at 46 weeks, their price is $125. Let's just do $130 to remove the 5 to keep it even. So $130, and then if you go over that 6 weeks, right, and they're charging $25 per week, just to keep it simple. And so let's say you have 12 weeks, that's 6 extra weeks, 6 times 25, $150. So $150 on top of the $130 that they charge. So now you're at $280 for a 12-week retie. Mm-hmm. Whereas for me, I'm hourly. 12 weeks, depending on the number of locks you have, may not
be that much.
Warrant $280 because if I'm charging you by the hour, $80 an hour, and I'm done with you in 2 hours, you're paying $160. So that's why I said some of y'all be stealing my time because I'm way too fast for no reason. I can't help it. I can't slow down. That's just how I do. Y'all see, I talk fast. I do everything fast. Even when y'all see me like walking in, don't catch me at the mall. I'm
gone.
Bobbing and weaving. I just can't slow down, y'all. So you just gotta.
It just depends.
It just depends.
It's like she's super fast. So, but I feel like there are people who are not that fast, so going hourly. So I feel like if people aren't fast, I don't feel like they should go hourly because I feel like it's just a little bit of a ripoff. You know what I mean? That's that integrity we were talking about. Like if I know it takes me 4 hours or 3 hours to do a retightening, and I'm charging $80 an hour, but I know it takes me 3 hours, that person, or 4 hours, so it takes her 4 hours with washing and retightening my hair. But if she's charging me, say, we're getting charged the $80 an hour, that's what, $320? Girl, you better at you better at math than me. So that's what, $320 for retightening. But at the same time, if you're taking someone that's charging $80 an hour, but it takes them 6 hours to do your retightening, baby, ain't nobody got time for that. Unless you lower your price. You can't start off at 80 if it takes you 6 hours to do a retightening. But so Pauline does hourly. She's super fast, way faster than me. I still go by the weeks. 4 to 6 weeks is one price, 7 weeks, and then just add a little bit more to each week after that. So it just all depends. There was one person that told us when we were doing the self-retightening class that how much was the retightening?
It was $400
for a 4 to 6 week retightening.
They were in Cali.
They're in California. So I don't know, but there's some Cali people on here. So y'all tell us if that's what the going range is for retightnings, because I don't know. She said it was $400 that she was charged for a regular retightening. So, but yeah, so it all depends. There's no one set range for locticians to charge for retightings. It's all independent of each shop. So there's really no, way to go about it. But at the same time, like Pauline would say, I don't charge anybody something I'm not willing to pay.
That's my goal with everything.
Yeah.
If I'm not willing to pay no $400 for no retightening,
right, then I ain't gonna charge $400.
Meaning I'm not over. Now, if I go a whole year without a retightening,
you gonna pay for that.
You gonna pay for that. But if you come in if I were to go to somebody every 4 to 7 weeks or whatever it is, and you're talking about $300-$400
every single time,
and I'm consistent,
right?
I'm gonna be like, baby,
that's too much.
I don't know if this lifestyle is for me. So because if I wouldn't pay that fee, I would not charge it, and that's how I do for my installs.
Yep.
That's how I do everything. Because if I'm not willing to pay for it, I'm not going to charge that price. So I charge what I would be comfortable paying.
Mm-hmm.
So go from there.
Yep. Was there any more? Just go up, press up, yeah.
Okay, so
discuss prices. They okay. I keep talking myself out of it. Okay, now it's about his giveaway next March. Okay, going for my first.
I paid $175. That's good.
Okay, $175 is good. Not in California. Hey, Pauline, what are your tips for going fast? And suppose people have very messy grids, and the hair is married. Does that take away more? Is that
absolutely?
That takes way more time.
If they don't have a consistent grid, that slows you down. If they have hair that grows outside of the lock, that slows you down. If their hair is long, that slows you down.
Yep.
And I know people say you can do long hair quicker. There is a shortcut that you can take with long hair, but it's still going to take time versus someone who has short hair.
Yeah.
And as far as a tip to go faster, time.
Yeah, I was like,
you have to be doing it often.
Yep. To get faster.
If you're a loctician and you got one client a day, or you're only doing it on the weekends, and you just got one client every other weekend, if you don't have the clientele, it's not going to help build your speed. Mm-hmm. The more you do it, the quicker you get, if you are conscious of your time. Like literally, I race the clock every single time. I don't care whose hair I'm doing, I'm racing the clock. Mm-hmm. Does my client feel like I'm racing the clock? No, because you still want to be gentle on people's head.
Right.
You still will not want to yank their hair, because I don't snag, I don't yank. If there's any snagging, it's because your head ain't straight. Because I could put your head here, and if you over here trying to do this,
looking down at your
looking
phone.
down, and it snagged, that's on you. But I don't snag just to snag. So my speed does not change the customer's client's experience.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the quicker you will get, and you have to challenge yourself. Because I know some people who do it often and they're still not fast, but those are people who they ain't got no urgency. Some people, not to say you got to be going somewhere, but folks, some people are just comfortable where they are,
and that's okay.
And that's okay.
Right.
I am an ambitious person.
Yep.
In everything I do, I'm ambitious, okay? So
look,
in my mind, this is a business. And as much as I love what I do needs to pay my bills.
That's it.
So if I know I can do 5 heads in 8 hours, I'm going to push for it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure I get it every time. So it's a business.
Yeah.
I have to count my coins. However, you're not going to be sitting there in the chair
right.
with me tightening your hair.
Unless you're tender-headed now. There's some
Even
people,
if you're tender-headed, I still try to be gentle.
No, I'm talking about not you changing the pressure and the way you do the hair, but still, no matter how gentle you are, there's some tender-headed people.
Yeah, I got one client. If you do this, she's jumping. But I think if you had any type of scalp surgery, head surgery, I don't care how long it's been, because I have 2 clients who've had surgery in their head and they're tender-headed. Mm-hmm. And surgery been done when they were a baby or this or that, whatever. There are some areas in your head that just tender because of trauma.
Having scalp condition.
Mm-hmm. So that, so with my clients like that, trust me, I still get them in and out.
Right.
But I am extra cautious about, okay, this is like, I have a client, every time I get to the crown, I'm like, okay, this is her spot. So and I tell her, keep your head straight, because I'm going to try to get through this without hurting you. Mm-hmm. But as far as speed, if you have someone with long hair, right? One tip that, outside of having clients, if you have someone with long hair, when I go to put my tool in, so my next rotation loop is the 3, right? So when I go to put the lock in, you see where I'm grabbing it? You can grab it from the end and loop it through. Grab it from the middle and loop it through. Mm-hmm. That will help. Because if you're doing it from here, from the base, and you're wrapping it around the tool, and then you go pull, this is what you're doing.
Pull it just like this. Takes too much time,
girl,
to pull my whole lock.
That's one loop, and then you go to the next. Now, if you're doing that, it's going to take you some time. Mm-hmm. But if you have it, start from the middle, and then you see the rest of the whole lock
hanging,
dangling.
Let me give you some. There you go.
You see the rest of the lock dangling.
Yeah.
So if you cut it off from the middle and you loop it from the middle of the lock, I'm pulling it out in one try. I might have a little bit left, which is this little bit right here. But I'm pulling it out with one try, and here I go. Now, if I take it from the end and loop it, so I go into my 9, and I pull it from the end.
Bam. Go on to the next.
That cuts your time up so much versus just going
like that.
And then
pulling. She's still pulling. Now she's done.
So that's a quick tip. I hope that helps.
Yep.
But the biggest thing is, the more you do it, the quicker you will get.
Yep.
But
yes, people with messy grades, there are people that have locks that grow outside, hair that grows outside the lock, and that's going to take time to have to wrap the lock and put that hair back where it's supposed to be, find their parts again and stuff like that. I have a couple of videos on my Instagram page where you see I call it a bird's nest. It's a bird's nest in the back, back there, and I got to find and part all the things and make everything look good. So that does take more time when you got to wrap the locks, find your grid, things like that. So it does take more time. So on those clients, maybe, if you know that that's the client that's coming next, maybe book a little extra time if you know it's going to take you a little longer than what you usually would do for clients that you can just kind of pick up and go. So
hope that helps.
Let's see.
I find that some clients that don't understand
that they don't understand that wrapping and stuff takes more time. Mm-hmm.
Well, you gotta explain it to them, right? They don't know. All they know is I got locks. Why ain't you fast like Pauline?
Right.
Pauline
been doing it for years.
Right. Don't let people compare you.
Right.
They expect that.
How you prevent carpal tunnel?
It's all about the position of the hand.
Yeah.
Yes. Practice makes perfect. I can't wait to get there and go fast. Yep. It takes time to clean the grade. Yes, it does. It takes time to clean grade. That makes me funny. Oh, thank you, sweetie. How do you prevent carpal tunnel? Okay, carpal tunnel. So lately, my hand. Okay, I've been doing this like almost a decade, and I don't have wrist issues. But lately, I got a few clients who won't keep their head still. I will position their hair one way, but they got to get in the mirror. They keep looking in the mirror. Keep looking in the mirror. I don't know, some people have obsession, and some people, you could tell they got anxiety issues. When someone else is in their head, they constantly stay in the mirror. So when their head isn't straight, then it's extra work on my hand, on my finger. Then I'm... Listen, the moment my wrist starts to hurt, you're the problem.
Right.
And for me, I'm very nice. I cater to my clients. I try to accommodate. But baby, at some point, you got to, like, because you telling them, they say, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And they go right back and do it again.
What they were doing, yeah.
So usually with clients like that, especially since you're paying me by the hour, if you want to sit here and let your bill rack up because you're not putting your head where I put it, and you put in an extra 30 minutes because I could have been done in 2, but it took 2.5 hours because you decided to not keep your head where I put it. Like, I'm seriously, y'all, I'm getting to the point where if I gotta tell you too much to keep your head a certain way, because this is your money maker.
Sure is.
This is your money maker. Don't try to retire me early. I love what I do, and I'm not trying to retire early.
Yeah.
So if I feel like you're one of those people that won't keep your head where I put it, you will get canceled. Like, I will have to say, this is not going to work. Either you keep your head where I put it, you really work on it, or you're going to have to find somebody else. Because if this go down, I can't do hair.
Right.
I can't do hair, then you're going to have to find another loctician. Either or, you're going to have to, either you help me.
Help you? Right.
Or, so... Positioning of the hand, proper positioning. You know, some people don't know how to use the tool. That's what I was going to say. They don't know how to hold it and different things like that. Like,
sometimes sometimes it's not the client, but it's just the way you're holding the tool that's making your wrist hurt. So.
And then something I used to struggle with back then is the amount of tension. Like, y'all, I be tense sometimes.
Yes.
Holding that tool.
You don't realize until you let go.
Until you realize, you're like, oh,
right.
All this pressure. Too much holding that tool, that tension, you got to be mindful of that. You got to, because that tension on the hand, that tension is traveling.
Yep.
And then right here be hurting.
Shoulders be hurting, your back be hurting.
Y'all don't understand what we locticians go through, okay?
I got a massage scheduled on Monday.
Even hairstylists that do regular hair, when they start doing locks, they say, oh, baby, this is a whole another ball game.
Yep.
It really is.
Yeah.
So when your loctician charging what they charge, don't argue with them.
Yeah.
Now, some prices can be ridiculous. Yes, I do agree.
Yes.
But the work we do,
it's very taxing on the body.
Very taxing on the body. And I'm trying to be in this game as long as I can.
Right.
So when you have someone who is hindering or trying to put you into early retirement,
got to go.
Let them go.
Yep. Just roll up, yeah.
Okay.
True. All right. Yeah.
Any more questions on that?
Just good information.
Okay. Awesome. So just focus on the positioning of your hand. It needs to be relaxed. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be afraid to tilt people's head, man.
Listen,
I understand you got to be comfortable, but if she overhead, I'm always like this.
I'm always telling people, can you come
to me?
If you are a client, please. The closer you are to the loctician, the better. If I smell, just tell me.
Right.
Because some of y'all be running.
Baby,
y'all head be over there, and I'm over here.
And I'm like, it's my underarms. No, it's fine. Oh, okay. Well, bring your behind over here. Hug me.
Who gonna retighten over here?
Lay on me. No, I was kidding. Don't lay on me. But I'm just saying.
Seriously.
Yeah. Like, don't be scared.
Don't be running. So
I'd rather have your head like this than to have it way over here.
I have a client. She does yoga, so she's very conscious about my body position, and I love it because I don't even have to tell her anything. I get up here, she's putting down.
Yep.
She's in the mirror, she's watching me. Anytime I raise my hand, she said, "Oh, your arms elevated too much. Let me."
I appreciate that so much. Like,
and I love it. Okay.
Client, I'm on this side, client lean. I'm on this side, the client lean. If I'm at the top, they go like this.
Yeah.
Just that little scoop. That's so much.
Help us locticians.
Yeah.
And when you do stuff like that, you get appointments quicker because
you sure do.
You know you're not gonna be
I'll accommodate for you.
Right. We accommodate. Now, if I got somebody who can't keep their head straight, and you need to come in and you're the last client, potential last client of the day, I'm not doing you because you're going to break me down before I have to even get home, and I got to go deal with kids when I get home.
Right.
So sometimes I be, no, you can't be my first client.
Right. They'll mess you up the rest of the day.
You can't mess me up for the rest of the day, and you can't be my last client because I'm tired.
Right.
I'm tired. So, and sometimes you could be in the middle, but even then, child, I don't want to fool with you. So, no, I ain't got nothing available.
Right.
Sorry. So you got to be mindful about stuff like that, because although locticians want to help you, but if you don't want to help yourself, baby, you're not gonna get no appointment.
Right.
Just being honest.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
But yes, accommodate. And for those who like to be on your phone, keep your phone at eye level.
I always tell people,
they're in the back,
bring the phone to your eyes. Don't put your head down like this. Yeah, the only time you put your head down is if I'm in the back. But otherwise, bring your phone to your eyes. Okay. That's how I tell people all the time. Bring your phone up. I just say bring your phone up, or I do that one little finger in the middle of the forehead, go like this.
Or sometimes I'm doing nothing.
I know, but if I gotta look, and then it's like, look, the one time the first time I might do you like this with a one little gentle finger. The third time I'm like head up, man. You know, I'm not saying it like that, but I'm using both hands to let you know this is where I need your head to be. Yeah.
If I have to say something, no, I'm already at my threshold.
That part.
If I have to say something, because usually I'm using my hand because it's quicker.
Right. But if I got a
my hand, I'm telling you with my hand, and I'm already positioning where I want it to be. If I have to say, can you please keep your head straight so I can? You already know.
Yep. Yep.
You riding on thin line. thin line. Okay.
It's a thin line between love and hate.
So another question. Okay. So. Another question that I get asked all the time is about thinning. Does Locs thin your hair? Yep. So we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I wanted to kind of expound on it some more. So Locs does not thin your hair out. But if you have Locs and there's too much tension, just think about when you get braids and it's too tight.
And you looking Chinese.
And every
Asian.
Every retightening is tight. Every retightening is tight. Over time, it's going to thin out your Locs.
Right. Because
the hair is breaking and so forth. So too much tension will thin out your Locs. Medication, depending on what type of medication you're on, will thin out your Locs. Stress will thin out your Locs. It will break it.
Yep.
So if you're on medication like thyroid medication, blood pressure medication, COPD medication, if you go have the weight loss surgery, that thins out your hair. If you go under heavy anesthesia, that thins out your hair temporarily, though. It comes back, you know.
Same thing with weight loss surgery, that'll come back.
Yeah, that'll come back. If you just had a baby, you're going through postpartum shedding,
they're gonna thin.
That's gonna thin out your hair. It might break it all off. I
lost 20 on each side with my son, right up in here.
But it will come back.
Yeah, as you can see.
So there are different things that cause, if you have scalp condition, untreated scalp condition like psoriasis and stuff like that, that will thin out your hair. So there are so many different factors. Tight styling and stuff like that will thin out your hair. Too much tension, that goes with tension as well. So all of those things will thin out the hair.
As well as ponytails. There are a lot of people who do ponytails and they put it so tight that with the styling that they create the weak point. So they're like, oh, my Locs is fine here, and all of a sudden they got a weak point sitting right here in the middle because that's where their ponytail is always tight on their Locs. So think about that as well.
Yep. So be mindful of those things, because people say, oh, I don't want to get Locs because I see a bunch of people with Locs with thin hair. Keep in mind, there are some people that are deciding to get Locs after the damage has been done. You've been getting braids all your life. And now your hairline, instead of starting here, is back here. And then you come to me, oh, I want Locs now. We'll still give you Locs, but keep in mind, this ain't coming back.
Right.
Don't get Locs because you think it's going to grow your hair. Your hair will grow regardless.
Right.
But it's not going to grow back what you have already lost if the hair follicle is already damaged.
Right.
So I see a lot of people lock when the damage is already done. And so therefore you have people already starting with low density Locs.
And that could just be their hair. There are people that just have low density.
Right, but y'all know what I'm talking about, where they got Sisterlocks but it's only 20 Locs up here.
Right. Yeah.
Like they started off like that. You know, some people start off like that. So before you assume that locks thin out there, ask some questions.
Yeah.
Now, some of them might not know why their locks are thinning, because I had someone come in for a consultation. She's like, "This is my second set of locks. The first set of locks were too small because they were, you know, breaking my hair."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, really? Okay." I said, "Do you have any conditions or anything that's been causing it?" She's like, "Well, I don't know." Da, 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 da. And I started naming things. She's like, "Oh yeah, I have, you know, I take medication for COPD." I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I know it thins out hair, but I didn't realize that my hair was gonna break off." Then she started telling me she got a scalp condition, and I said, "Oh, yeah." She said, "But I didn't find out about the scalp condition until a few months ago after I cut off my locks." I said, "Well, that makes sense, because if you didn't know about your scalp condition, that scalp condition was untreated. So your locks are breaking off because your hair was breaking because you have a drying scalp condition, and it's causing the strands to break off because it's untreated. So you lost hair and locks." So then I had her show me the first set. Them things were so huge. I'm like, "Girl, your hair didn't break off because it was too small." Like, that is not why your hair broke off. So that's when we started talking about her, you know, different things that's going on. And y'all be honest with y'all locticians. Yes, y'all loctician may not know a lot about hair.
Right.
They might not know what causes breakage and different things like that. But when you're taking a medication, research the side effects. Sometimes they'll tell you hair loss and all this other stuff. So you can expect that. So I hope that makes sense and help. And
look, the dermatologist is always gonna be your friend, okay? Like, don't be afraid to go to the dermatologist. Don't live into the stigma where Black people don't ever go to the doctor. Look, go to the doctor. If there's a question about it, just go check. It's not gonna hurt you. You looking for the spray?
The black bottle. The black one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you to go to the doctor and just get your scalp checked. You know,
leave-in conditioner in the spray bottle.
Oh yeah.
It's a 360 spray bottle where
so don't blow in your face.
So it's where, you know, I can turn it upside down or whatever, and it'll still spray. This is a continuous spray bottle. I'm completely out, but Lot Vibe Studio still have some. I need to get more, but it's a continuous spray bottle that you press it and it just
girl, let's do. We got a lot in here. Let's show you real quick. Let me. Oh, you can't see it after that, but look at that. Look at that continuous light mist, right? Continuous light mist. Can't even see. It's like rainwater.
Rain,
go away.
Come back another day.
Girl, I don't know. We begging us stuff. So, any more questions? Any more comments? My retire is done.
Retire is done.
So we out here getting moisturized up.
So when you are moisturizing your hair, spraying the leave-in and leave-in, if you get the right one, mine, you can
correct.
You can spray it on new locks and mature locks.
I've moved from Sisterlocks to micro locks if I can self-maintain. I kind of wish I would have started with micro locks just for the cost aspect. Girl, a lot of people look when I do my consultations for Sisterlocks. I tell them about micro locks as well, because sometimes people have low density hair that I have to make their parts bigger anyway. So I'm like, look, just pay for the micro locks. You still gonna look like you got Sisterlocks. You know, it's okay. So
what I was gonna say, when you are moisturizing your hair, right? People tend to just spray around the scalp area, but if you have some length on your hair, don't forget the ends. This is the oldest part of your hair, so therefore it gets dry quicker and longer. So don't forget to, you know, moisturize those ends and really get it in, and that will prevent it from breaking so much,
especially if you color.
Yes. Yeah. Don't forget to get them ends, okay?
Oh no, baby, that's not just water. We was just showing y'all what's in the water. What's in the spray bottle is the cocoa almond leave-in conditioner. That's what's in the spray bottle. So it is formulated for locks. You can literally use this if you just get your install. Literally put this on right after and you still good to go. It is formulated for new locks, old locks, all the locks. So it don't matter.
So I'm spraying it all over her hair,
over,
making sure that, you know, especially the ends. Y'all don't want to forget about the ends. And if you color, Lord, please.
You definitely need it on there.
So that's my process. After a retie, I always spray my client's hair with a leave-in conditioner. The leave-in conditioner is water-based. You can use an aloe vera juice base too. I have a new conditioner coming out soon with the aloe vera juice base. So you can spray with a light. You just want to make sure, even if it's not mine. Y'all know I'm not pushy sell person.
But it's good.
If it's not mine, just make sure that your leave-in conditioner is lightweight. It needs to mist. If you put it in a spray bottle, it's not misting. It's too heavy. You want to make sure it's very lightweight. You want to make sure that it's not too greasy. You want to make sure that it doesn't have too much of a film. You know, when you spray the hair, sometimes when you put conditioner, it can leave a film on the hair. You want to make sure it doesn't have that film, because that's how buildup is created. So you just want to make sure that it's lightweight, water-based on the hair, right? So after I spray, Carson, get out of my live. After you spray,
Carson loves the camera.
Right? After you spray, then I go in. So you want to spray first with a leave-in conditioner. Then you want to go in with the oil. So I put oil on her scalp. So we're going to use, because of her scalp condition, we're going to use tea tree. Tea tree is really good for dry, itchy, or problematic scalp. So I go in, it's a spray, and I just spray that part. And then I don't go through each row, but, because, you know,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. But I just open it up and I spray as I go. I part, spray, and I'm spraying along and spreading that oil through the hair. Whatever oil you use, you want to make sure it's lightweight. That is lightweight. That is not going to sit on your scalp, creating buildup on the locks and on your scalp. How often should you moisturize? It is up to so everyone has a moisturizing schedule. Like, I don't have to moisturize as much because I wash my hair once a week. So I moisturize once a week. If you don't wash your hair once a week, it's fine. But you want to make sure that you are keeping that hair moisturized. So once I put the oil in, I go through in part. I am like literally rubbing the oil in her scalp. People love this because it's like a massage.
My God, yes.
Some of my clients, if I don't do this, wait, you forgot that. That's the most important part. I'm like, oh, okay.
Especially running behind. That's what I be trying to skip it, but nope, can't skip it.
So I just kind of rub it through. Scalp is nice and moisturized, right? Now, if you have oily scalp, there's people with oily scalp and dry scalp. She's dry, I'm oily. So with oily scalp, I oil after my shampoo. I only oil once a week because I shampoo once a week. So after shampooing, you know, is stripping and all this other stuff. So I go back and put that nourishment, moisture, and stuff like that back in it, because it's, you know, kind of stripped all the oil, so I'm putting it back. Now, because with my oily scalp means I just have an overactive sebaceous gland. So I don't have to put that much oil in it because my scalp naturally produces its own oil. I use oil because I want that extra that, you know, because the oils have the essential oils. I put essential oils in there and they all do different things. So I put it in because some of y'all be like, your hair grows so fast. I wash often, which encourages hair growth. I oil my scalp, which encourages, you know, stimulate, nourish the strands of your locks. Even if your hair isn't completely dry, coily hair tends to break easily because it's so coily. Each strand ain't getting that moisture that it needs, that nourishment that it needs. So, so I do that. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. My friend with Sisterlocks just told me her retire went up to $225.
Oh, for 4 to 6 weeks?
Oh,
my God.
That's a lot.
Where's she at?
My clients ain't paying $225 unless they way over or at 3.
Where's she located?
Yeah, it could be where she located. Okay. Yeah. How often should you get a retie if you've been locked for more than 3 years? Your hair is thin and don't grow fast. Would you suggest 10 to 12 weeks instead of 4 weeks? Sold, going to order my hair.
Go ahead.
As a newbie, should I also be moisturizing weekly? I have dry scalp, but I do not have any itch. So, I'm trying to think about how often should you retire with 5. Okay, so I did do an extensive detailed video on, look for the video that says low density or fine low density whatever hair. Look for that video because I go into detail about that. But if you have if you have Sisterlocks, Sisterlocks meaning your squares are small. Because I have to explain, because some of y'all say I got Sisterlocks when you really don't, because you got some big locks.
Bigger squares,
like bigger squares. So if you have small 3/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch parting size or smaller, those are small locks.
Even if they weren't done by Sisterlocks.
So if you have small locks, look at these locks on her head. Tilt your head down so they can see. Look at these locks on her head. They're small, right? They're like dots.
Right.
Yeah. They're like dots, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have small locks, your hair is fine, and you have the strand is fine, meaning the diameter of the strand is fine. And if you have low density hair, meaning there's not a lot of hair on the scalp, you need to get a more frequent retightening every 4 to 6 weeks. I try to tell people with that type of hair, you do not need to go over because you are going to cause breakage in the hair. Because when the hair is, although to you it does not seem like a lot of new growth, that's another thing. If you don't know how much your hair has grown, go wash it. Because once you wash it, it loosen up, you're like, oh. It's a difference. Because your hair is coily, so it's not stretched when it's dry. But when you wash it and loosen up, you're like, oh, dang.
That's stretched.
It's longer than I thought it was. Yeah, because it's stretched and you can see it. Because when we go to retie, we're looking at the stretch. Right. Because it stretches when we're retightening. So that's why you have more rotation. But when you have hair like that, you want to make sure you get your retightening frequently, like be on a consistent schedule. If you were to do a little bit over, do 6 weeks, 8 weeks, but don't go into that 10, 12 weeks because that is not a lot of strands in that lock because you have low density, and then the strand itself is fine. That means they break easily. So if you go too long without a retightening, you run your fingers through
and then a lock pop off.
A strand catches on a nail.
Then you lost a lot.
That strand, every little thing weakens. And if you have, so I would encourage. Now, if you have micro locks, you have a 1/2 inch parting size, a 3/4 of inch parting size, and your locks still look like Sisterlock because you have fine hair, low density hair. Your locks is still going to be fine, but the squares are bigger. Yes, you can do 10, 12 weeks. I have a client, she has micro locks. We went with a 1/2 inch parting size, but she has fine, low density hair. I let her go 12 weeks because it's not going to break off because it's power in numbers. Right. The more strand you have in the lock, the more secure it is. The fewer strand you have, the less secure it is, and you have to get that tightening done consistently. I hope that helped. Y'all got me talking.
Especially around the hairline. You don't want to let those go very long.
Okay, someone else asked, how often should you get a retie? I'll answer that. I'm sold. Okay, yay, newbie. Okay, should I also be moisturizing weekly if I have dry scalp but not? Okay, so if you have dry scalp, like I said, everyone has a moisturizing schedule, and your moisturizing schedule may not be the same as everyone else. I know a lot of you guys go to YouTube University for information, which is wonderful, but please tailor the information that you're getting to you. So someone on YouTube might moisturize their hair weekly, and it might be a specific reason why they're doing it, whereas you might not need weekly. You might need every other week. You might need twice a week. You might need 3 times a week. So it all depends.
But Pauline spray is formulated to be a daily moisture. moisturizer. So you can use this daily as a little freshener, but get ready in the morning, freshen your hair with this every day, and it's fine.
Because it's very lightweight. Like when I say light, it's light. If you're going to oil, how often you oil, it's okay to test it out.
Yep.
Try it once a week, do 3 times, and then see how it does for your hair. And then if you feel like, oh, that was a little bit too much, go down to twice a week.
Yep.
And then go down to once a week to see if it can handle once a week.
Yep.
You have to experiment on your own hair. I can't tell you, oh, okay, if you got dry hair, do this, because it might be dry, but there could be other things going on. So test it out. Play around with it. Find out your moisture schedule.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen, is it if possible, are you able to turn your phone horizontal?
Oh, it's hard to see both of us clearly.
Oh, mine were installed in June. Get her leave-in conditioner. It's helping me with my dry scalp. Well, I'm glad it's helping you. Hey, Latoya. You know, I mentioned you in my last YouTube video about your story, how you and your mans met, girl. And I'm 2 weeks in, and I do it every day. Awesome. Okay, great. I plan to order some products soon. The horizontal. Okay.
Turn the phone.
When we tried to turn it last time, what happened? Oh, the holder.
Yeah, the holder was. I mean, I can kind of look. I mean, but we also.
Are you not able to see us because of it's at an angle?
I don't know. Can you come back in frame? Can you see both of us now?
Y'all not technology savvy, so
technical savvy.
Bear with me.
We be trying the things, man. We be trying the things.
Yeah. Let us know. Am I in frame? In frame.
Are you being safe?
Are you being careful, Corson?
No. Oh, she's in LA. The one with the 225.
Oh,
was she in LA? Oh yes, thank you. Okay.
That sound about normal in LA. 225. I mean, you may find cheaper depending on what city and stuff, but yeah.
It depends. Yep. Any more questions or anything like that? They just joined. A lot of people just joined. Hi. Also, for those of you on my page, because I'm live on my Instagram right here, this is Pauline. She is from Antoine Beauty, and she is my loctician.
It's backwards, but you know.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm gonna make us a shirt that's backwards just for lives, so that it reads forward.
She make custom stuff, so
yeah.
I get what I want when I want it. Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, so this is Antoine Beauty. It's Pauline. She is my loctician, and yeah, so we just doing a live here at my retightening, which she just finished. If you just joined us, and we've just been answering questions, doing a Q&A on the page.
Oh, you got
everything. So
okay,
I did get the.
Okay, so the last step, smooth and shiny.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So the last step I do before I finish with her hair. So after I spray, because you want to spray with the leave-in conditioner first, right? And then I go in and oil her scalp. Mm-hmm. And then I go in with the smooth and shine, which is it's oil-based, but it's when I say it's light, it mist. It's the oil that mist. Mm-hmm. So especially with locks, it's hard to get like our hair, like certain products in our locks. Yeah. So the smooth and shine mist, and it is to help nourish the strand, but most of all, it helps to seal that moisture in. So for someone who had asked how often you should moisturize, are you sealing in that moisture? Because if you moisturize and you don't seal it in, stuff, water or anything like that loves to evaporate, loves to leave. So if you have raised cuticles and then you moisturize, that cuticle is still raised, right? It's great when the cuticle is raised because the product gets in there, you know, get in contact with that protein, get in contact with the cortex of your strand, right? Mm-hmm. It's great. But if you're not sealing it in, that moisture is just, because the cuticle is raised, that moisture is getting out. nothing is sealing that cuticle to lock in that moisture. So you have to ask yourself, am I locking in moisture? You got to lock it in. If you let someone in, lock that door so they don't go out. And this is your key to lock the door, okay? So I just go through and actually, if you're my client, you're like, you don't do the smooth and shine on my head. Y'all, I can't keep this on the shelf. Half the times I'll be out. And I make my product, so I have to find time to make it. So I'll be like, sorry, y'all. I ain't got any more. So y'all just gonna have to do this leave-in. And how about you buy your own bottle and go smooth and shine?
That part, right? That part.
But I go through and then I spray because it mist, right? And I spray. Y'all can't see the mist, but
it's misting.
It's misting because it's just light. So I go in and spray. It smells so good. I did a good job with the scent. Okay.
It smells
Sorry.
really good.
Y'all be fooling myself. I go and spray. So it gives you that smoothness. It gives you that shine. It helps seal those cuticles. It helps lay it down to lock in that moisture. Don't forget your ends. I was telling y'all earlier, don't forget them ends. Y'all love to abandon them ends.
It's the driest, oldest hair.
So I go in and then okay, both people can see. Awesome. So I just go through and run my fingers through. And then just kind of smooth it out. And I'm finger combing because you want to, if you're a loctician, finger combing is good because that'll help you to know if you missed a lot.
Yep.
Because your fingers will go right through it. Right? Like, oh, my bad, I missed a lot. Let me go in and lock it up. So it helps you to see if you miss any locks, but it helps just comb that hair to remove any tangles. And because she got so much hair, I always got to, finger comb
the extra.
Make sure
that stuff can get tangled in a minute.
Yes. So I go through and finger comb. So I just restock on that smooth and shine. If you're gonna purchase, get on it.
I would say get 2 bottles because she sell out quick.
So, and I just go through finger combing. If you have if your hair is more prone to dryness, because dryness can be one, you are not shampooing your hair as often as you might, so it might look dull. Well, that's when you know, oh, I need a shampoo because it looks dull. Also, if you have a high porosity, it can look dry because those cuticles are lifted, so it's not as smooth and shiny as it should be. So smooth and shine is good for that, for dull looking hair. If you have high porosity hair, to help smooth the cuticles down, the smooth and shine is good for it. The video is very blurry and not focused.
Really?
I don't know.
We look very focused.
I know. Is anyone else having that issue? Yeah. Please let me know.
I hope not.
I'm joining late. Should you get a section of your hair retighten if it's thinning? I'm in my early 60s. But why is it thinning? I don't know, y'all. I don't know how to make it.
Oh yeah, people are saying yes, it's blurry.
When you
away.
Oh,
I wonder if ours is blurry too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. Anybody know?
Yeah, because we looking at us, we look fine.
When you're close, it doesn't. Okay, how close it?
I don't know. Wow.
I wonder if it's the light.
I don't know.
Well, you think the light will affect it?
I don't know. You don't got like autofocus on, do you?
Child, I don't know. I used to wear a ponytail as a loose natural. Y'all, unless somebody got some tips for me, I don't know how to fix it.
Hey, I don't know either.
What's this button over here?
What that say? Normal, blush, beam, pop.
Oh, that's for the.
Oh, we clear now.
But I think I'm clear because I'm in the.
Because you joined.
I'm closer. I guess I'll stand right here. But if I turn off the light, will it?
I don't
the
know.
light
I can
is
check.
blinding me. Probably too tight. Okay. Hold on. Let me read these comments. Okay. I used to wear ponytails. It's a loose natural. We now okay. But when you move away, it's okay. Probably too tight ponytail. What about your ponytail when it was natural? What about it? You just said I used to wear a ponytail when I was. Okay. Do you recommend washing locks frequently and how long? Okay. Look, baby girl is coming next month at the end. At the end, not December anymore. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, that's Natoya. Okay. All right. So the person who said, "Where's the question? Do you recommend washing locks frequently and how long?" Okay.
It's lifestyle.
It depends.
Yeah.
Like it really depends. Like I said, not every if you have locks, right? Just loose hair in general, whether you're locked or loose. I'm closing my eye because this light is bright, but I'm gonna look away because it's bright too. But if you have, what is your scalp condition? Are you oily or dry? If you're oily, you're prone to have more buildup, and it's more gunky buildup. Like your dead skin cell, scratch your skin. You take a bath every day because if you don't, all that the dead skin cells build up on top of your skin, right? Same thing with your scalp. The dead skin cells will build up on your scalp because you're shedding every day. Every day you are shedding dead skin cells like hundreds, and you're shedding every day, right? But when you shed, it just stays on your body until you cleanse it, right? So when you shampoo your so when you have, whether you are oily or dry, everyone skin cells sheds every day, right? If you're dry, if you're oily, that means you have a sebaceous gland that is, you have normal oily and then you have high oily. So you have oily skin that is excessive. That means the your sebaceous glands is overactive. So it's going to be more oily, right? So when it's more oily and you have your skin cells shedding, when that comes together, it creates a gunky film thick. You know, when you scratch your head and that gunky
under the fingernail,
that's what you clean up, babe. That's what you that's what's building on your scalp. That's my situation. So because of that, I shampoo my hair once a week. If I go 2 weeks without shampooing, you can see the crate or whatever building up on my scalp. And if I go like this, you can see the stuff shedding. My hair is kind of clean because I washed it recently, so you're not gonna see anything. But you start seeing the flakes falling. So because of that, I shampoo weekly. If I go 2 weeks, it starts building up and is very apparent. You can stand over my head and see, oh, okay, it start creating a film, like a cakey film on the sides and on my scalp. I don't like that. So after 2 weeks, I'm like, whoa, okay. So when I go 3 weeks, oh my God, my scalp starts to itch. That's my indicator. Boo! Shampoo your hair. It's been a minute, right? It starts to itch. My hair starts feeling dry. It needs moisture. So I need to shampoo. So I shampoo my hair weekly. The most I will do is every 2 weeks.
So for me, I have a scalp condition. So let me get closer so y'all don't sound blurry. I have a scalp condition. So I wash my hair. I need to wash. How about this? I need to wash my hair once a week. So sometimes depending on work schedule, it's a lot to wash all of this. So if I have Pauline's hair and it's a quick little shampoo, man, I'll be doing it, right? I'll be on it. But sometimes it's a lot to have to wash my hair. And I have to wash it in the morning or early afternoon so that I can have time to dry because I air dry. I don't put heat on my hair to dry my hair. But I also have a scalp condition. So there are times where I have to wash my hair literally multiple times a week. So I think the most I've done it is like 3 times in 1 week because of my scalp condition. That was just my hair. Literally, I'll wash it one day, I'll have reprieve one day, then the next day it's back to looking crazy because of my condition. So Sometimes I gotta wash every other day if I'm having a really bad flare up. But outside of that, once a week is what I like to do as well because of my condition. Now, if I didn't have my condition, I naturally just have dry hair or dry scalp. I would probably oil and moisturize more often and wash less. So maybe every 2 weeks or 3 weeks if I did not have my scalp condition. So.
And how can you tell when you need a shampoo? When your hair starts feeling really dry, when it starts looking dull, when your scalp is dirty, and when I say dirty with the dry skin cells,
Meaning you scratch it and stuff under your fingernail.
Yeah. So that will let you know when you need a shampoo. How often should you moisturize? When your scalp is clean and you recently shampooed a couple of days ago and it's still feeling dry, that means you need to moisturize more often.
Yeah.
Or check your moisture routine. Are you sealing it in?
Right.
I used a trainee for my install. I paid only $7.50 for 12 inches of hair. That's an excellent price.
Excellent.
Trainee trying to get certified.
Yep. They do their best work. They trying to get certified. They do their best work.
Baby, step away from that. Move.
Back up.
So I hope that helped with your questions about moisture rising, and how often to shampoo and so forth. So experience your hair, see what's changing over time and what's not. But that's pretty much it for my process for shampoo. After I do my retie, I spray leave-in, oil the scalp, and then seal it with a Smooth and Shine spray. Remind them to the shrinkage is so real.
Yes,
very real for most people. If your elasticity on the low end, you might not have as much shrinkage. I will purchase product from your line. Just share a link, please. 14 months Sisterlocks, and my hair
fully locked at 7 months. I'm considering coloring to lift my hair. That's 7 months. Girl, I want a picture of that.
If you are 7 months locked, let me put up my link. How do I put a comment?
Knowing how I kind of
I can't put no comment in the chat. What?
Oh, interesting.
Let's see.
You can't even pin something?
Dang. I don't know. Oh, you can't pin nothing unless people do the super chat where people pay to.
We'll link it in the description.
When the video is done, I know I'm able to put in, but it's just www.entoibeauty, ENTOIbeauty.com is my website.
Yeah.
ENTOI Beauty.
Yeah.
ENTOI
Beauty. What's that Nicki Minaj song? I was like FREAK. She talking about freaky. She calling so just
I think I've heard that song maybe like once.
TOI, just like a freaky.
It's probably time for us to go. We're approaching 2 hours, but
yeah,
you guys got any more questions?
Out of stock. When will we be back in stock?
What's out of stock?
What's out of stock? The Smooth and Shine. You just put it back on there, right?
Yeah, the Smooth and Shine should not be. Unless you're talking about the spray bottle, I'm out of stock. But
the spray bottle, you can holler at me for.
Danny has it. Yep.
Moisturizer.
Did I not update the quantity?
You might not have. Because remember for the class, you didn't have any because I had.
Oh, okay. I just made some more. Okay. I'll update that soon.
Take it off there, baby. Thank you.
I'll update that soon. Y'all see? I got to do reties. I got to manage this website.
It's a business, baby. Moisturizer, yeah.
I just tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get it up in the next few, as soon as we're done with this.
But other than that, that is it. Yep. I will try to do more lives to cover Q&As because I know people have lots of questions. And I will also, what I like to do is when people when I do videos and people ask questions in the videos, and I do in the comment videos, just answering questions from previous video comments.
Yep.
So I try to do that, but just keep following, share.
Yes.
Share,
like, follow, subscribe, all the things. Leave-in conditioner is ooze. Or is that double O's? Or out of stock. Ah, look at that! Oh!
Y'all in these abbreviations, I'm like, ooh.
I'm like, it's ooze.
But it's out of stock.
Come ooze.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
Man.
I will update. I don't think you can back order, but I'll update.
Give us within the hour.
Yeah. I'll
within
update
an hour.
Other than that,
thank you guys so much for coming in here and joining us for these 2 hours, giving us all the questions. We so appreciate it. We love vibing with you guys. So thank you so much. And, we'll do this again more often.
I'll try to be more consistent with lives.
Yeah.
People look forward to lives. But
this was my first live. So
it'd be hard sometimes.
But yeah, we'll get our slides together, guys. Just bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it.
And if you have any more comments or questions, please put them in the video. And we'll answer them when we get to the video. So. Yep.
But y'all like my new haircut.
She just cut it again, guys.
Y'all like my new haircut.
Yes. She just cut it again.
My nephew's daughter has got Bio oil. I love bio oil. Bio oil, I put it on my stretch marks. I didn't completely go away, but it helped.
Yeah.
After my babies. Yeah. But that's it, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
And if you're not following Lockbox Studio, she's on YouTube. You can follow her as well.
Yes. She'll link me later when the video is over,
mm-hmm.
so you guys can easily find it, because everybody about that point and click real fast. Okay, y'all did y'all darn thing too.
Maybe she said so much info.
Yes, you're welcome. Yep,
they were getting long because I cut it a year ago into that pixie cut, and then it grew out of the pixie cut.
A year since the pixie cut.
Yeah, it's been over a year. Jeez. And then the front was getting too long for me, so I wanted layers, so I switched to layers. Mm-hmm. But thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll be on here again. So we'll go ahead and put a little feeler out for if you why don't you guys comment on how often you want to see us go live, and we'll try to accommodate. So, All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye. So do I just X out?
I think so. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yes, I want to end the video.